Welcome back to more The Legend of Zelda, Majora's Mask. Last time, we helped the Deku Princess and made it to Romani Ranch. This time, we're taking care of a few odds and ends before resetting time. While we can't help Romani and Cremia yet, there is still one more thing we can do at the ranch. If we go over here, there are two entrances. One goes to a minigame that we actually can't complete yet because we need a specific mask, and even if we had that mask, the reward is a heart piece. So instead, we're going to this entrance. Through here is the Kuko Shack, where we have a ton of baby Kukos, along with someone sitting at the center of the area. I heard it from my Gramps, says the moon's gonna fall. With something that big, it's sure to take this ranch down with it. Ha, oh well. My only regret is that I won't get to see these guys in their prime as roosters. The Kuko-loving grog was added to your notebook. Do you remember what Guru told us about the troop leader and how he was able to lead the members and also help the members to mature? Using that knowledge and the Bremen mask, let's try to fulfill Grog's wish. So we are going to equip the mask and start marching around and gathering up all of the baby Kukos. This is a bit time consuming. There are 10 scattered around this area, and our marching speed isn't exactly fast, so I wanted to take this time to talk about how much we've done in this cycle and how it actually relates to something I like about Majora's Mask. We have helped out a lot of people within this cycle. We helped out Guru by listening to him. We are currently helping Grog. We helped out Komen Kotake. We helped out the Deku Princess and the monkey. We saved the Southern Swamp. We kept the thief from stealing the bomb supplies from the old lady. Yeah, we did a lot in the cycle. Unfortunately, when we reset time, everything we've done will also be reset. So I find this really fascinating because there's almost this feeling of until we actually can stop Skull Kid from crashing the moon into Termina, there's no way to permanently help everybody. And we also don't have time to help everybody within every cycle, since we have to keep moving and trying to save the 4 beings whose spirits are trapped within the temples. So it creates a very interesting dynamic that I can't really think of many other games attempting, let alone Zelda games, to be honest. It's both, it's sort of bleak in a way, but also, we are still helping everybody. We are getting masks. We still remember all of the people we've helped. So in a way, even though the people of Termina don't remember, we are still having an impact, and the masks sort of act as a memento of everything we've done in Termina. So I find it very interesting. Alright, that's the last of the Kukos, so we simply have to wait for all of them to mature into roosters. I don't really get it, but just seeing these guys with a crest and all? I don't have regrets about anything anymore. I'm perfectly satisfied. Here, you can have this from me. You got the bunny hood. My, what long ears it has. Will the power of the wild spring forth? Yeah, these guys are all roosters. Heh. You fulfilled the wishes of youth. This was added to your notebook. This is honestly a really great example of what I was talking about. We brought happiness to Grog, and even though the moon is still about to hit Termina in under a day, and we'll have to reset the timeline again, we still made a difference, even if it's fleeting. Alright, so with that being said, let's make our way back over to Romani Ranch and demonstrate this new item. So the bunny hood is actually really interesting. It's actually a returning item from Ocarina of Time. In that game, I think it actually worked differently. If I'm not mistaken, in Hyrule Field in that game, Stalfos would spawn, or more specifically, I think Stal Children are what they're called, and they'll attack Link. If you equip the bunny hood, I'm pretty sure that keeps them from spawning in at night, making it a little bit safer making your way around the area. In this game, the bunny hood has a completely different effect. It allows you to run faster. To be honest, I find this a lot more helpful, and a lot less situational also. Again, if you were struggling with like the Deku Butler race, I would recommend getting the bunny hood and trying again, because the speed increase is actually very helpful. Also, while we're here, I wanted to mention something else about this sign, actually. This gate is actually from Ocarina of Time, to the point that it actually says, "Welcome to Kakariko," when translated from Hylian. In the 3DS version, this was actually corrected, but it shows how much was actually reused from Ocarina of Time. Majora's Mask was developed in about a year, if I'm not mistaken. It's actually incredibly impressive to me, because even though a lot of like environments and characters are reused, they're used in such different ways that give Majora's Mask such a unique identity from any other Zelda game, despite being put together with so many like reused elements. Like another example is Romani and Cremia, who are actually both character models of Malon from Ocarina of Time. Basically, Termina, from like an in-universe explanation, Termina is a parallel world from Hyrule, so a lot of characters have different counterparts. Speaking of counterparts, next up, we want to make our way over to the Southern Swamp. Alright, let's actually demonstrate the Mask of Sense, because, to be honest, I really haven't used this very much beyond practicing for this playthrough, actually. So to demonstrate, we need the mask itself and a bottle. Don't be surprised if I leave the bunny hood equipped like all the time, because I really like the increased running speed. So for the Mask of Sense, we want to go over to this area by the sign. If we equip it, the power of this mask allows you to see what you can smell. If it's possible, put the scent in something and take it to the Magic Hag's potion shop. You got a magic mushroom. Your nose is tickled by its fragrant scent. Another thing worth mentioning is Link's sound effects are actually different when using the Mask of Sense, along with his like stance. It's actually really cool, but again, it's not something I use very often, to be honest. Alright, so now that we have a mushroom, let's climb up the ladder once again and pay a visit to the potion shop. Tee-hee-hee, welcome! My potions work very well, they do. Kome told me all about it. So did you take the boat cruise yet? If only I had some fragrant mushrooms. What a scent! Oh, you did a great job finding this one. I just haven't been able to get my hands on any of them, and that put me in a real pinch. Well, I can use this to make something, so come back later. So we have to leave and re-enter. Teehee, welcome. My potions work very well, they do. Komei told me all about it. So did you take the boat cruise yet? What's that? You want a blue potion, do you? Well, you gave me a mushroom, so I'll give you one for free. You got a blue potion. Use it with C to replenish both health and magic power. In the meantime, it will be stored in your bottle so you can take it with you. But next time you'll have to pay for it. Oh, and don't tell Komei. Alright, so that's a very good way to get a blue potion. Again, there's a mushroom right by the sign, so it's very easy to pick that up. Next up, we want to actually go to the entrance to the Southern Swamp. I think I mentioned it, but yeah, there is another point of interest along that path. So let's make our way over there. Again, equipping the bunny hood to give us a little bit of a speed boost to make it a little bit easier. Also, I'll stop and collect some rupees here, just in case something goes wrong with what we're about to do. And from here, we want to go right this time. By the way, in the 3DS version, I think it's in this area, there's actually a fishing spot that was added. Obviously, this being the Nintendo 64 version via the Nintendo Switch Online, there's no fishing for us, so let's move on to this building over here. Hey mate, how are ya? Wanna play? One game's 20 rupees. The rules to my game are a piece of cake. Shoot for the targets from atop that platform. You got him all. That's all there is to it. If you don't aim proper with the control stick, you won't hit any of them. Are you ready, mate? So we have a shooting gallery minigame. We have to hit all of the Deku Scrubs first of all. There's actually one on this tree. We also have these little birds. I think they're called Gways, if I'm not mistaken. We'll also have Wolfos run by. There's a lot to pay attention to, and it's very easy to miss targets. So be very careful. With specifically the moving targets, Deku Scrubs aren't as big of a deal, but the Gways in particular, you want to look out for, because if you miss one, then you have to start over, basically, because you won't have enough targets to reach the target score that we need, which is 2120, by the way. You'll also get a point multiplier by getting a time bonus, essentially. So yeah, we have to be very careful. Hopefully not missing that many targets, but thankfully we do have unlimited arrows, so it's not the end of the world if we do miss a few shots here and there. I do feel like the Gways are the worst targets to hit, to be honest, which makes sense. And the Wolfos are also not easy to hit at times. I think we missed a Gway, so we actually will have to try this again in a bit. But we do have to let this play out, unfortunately. This is why I definitely want to have plenty of rupees on hand in case something goes wrong, because something did go wrong. Yeah, this might take a couple tries, especially on this version, again, where the dead zones aren't great. This is definitely not the easiest thing in the world to do accurately. We did better than I thought we would. A few more enemies to go. Well, it looks like you gotta try a bit harder, mate. You wanna play again, mate? One game's 20 rupees. I keeps telling ya, if you don't aim proper with the control stick, you won't hit him. Are you ready, mate? So yeah, it's a very interesting mix of speed and accuracy, basically, because obviously you do want to defeat them as quickly as possible, so like more enemies will spawn in faster, but you also have to be very accurate too. I actually do find this easier, like from what I recall, compared to like the Wii version, where I definitely remember struggling with this quite a bit more. I feel like more of my shots are actually landing relatively, which is I almost feel like more of a sign of how bad the Wii version was compared to how good the Switch version is, because I definitely do feel like the aiming is off still. But yeah, like all those shots were actually extremely on target, surprisingly so. Again, make sure not to miss the Wolfos because they will run off screen eventually, and don't miss the Gways because they'll fly off the screen eventually. So yeah, definitely prioritize certain enemies over others, like so. But yeah, it's an interesting mix of both, but yeah, accuracy and yeah, you want to get as big of a time bonus as you want, especially if you're going after another reward that we're actually not actually concerned about. Will make sense in a bit what I mean by that. Messed up that round a little bit, but we should still be okay. The next round of birds are coming around here. There we go. And we have the Wolfos 2 that we have to quickly hit as well. We have one more Wolfos to go. There. Well, that's pretty good. Pretty darn good, mate. Perfect. Here you go. Take this, mate. You traded for a large quiver. Now you can carry up to 40 arrows. Aye, tell your friends all about us, alright, mate? If we play the game again and get a score higher than 2180, we'll also get a heart piece, which obviously we're not going to do. So instead, we are going to fly over to Clocktown to try something else. You know, I don't think we've actually heard the Day 3 music until now, but it is very hectic. The Day 3, yeah, daytime theme, because we heard the night song, I'm pretty sure, but not the day theme. So I'm trying to think of the best course of action from here. I think I want to go to the east part of town first. We actually have a few things that we never tried. First of all, there are plenty of buildings to explore around this part of town. We'll get around to them eventually. For now, I want to head to this building with like an Octorok sign. If you still have time, why don't you try it, Sonny? One game is 20 rupees. Alright, Sonny, the rules are simple. Hit as many red ones as you can within the time limit. If you hit a blue one, you lose time, so watch out. You can use as many arrows as you'd like. Press B to shoot them. Our highest score is 39. If you break the record, you'll win a spectacular prize. Good luck! Despite technically being the earlier shooting gallery, this one I find exponentially harder, for whatever reason. Especially when trying to get the ultimate prize for getting all 50 Octoroks. Luckily, since we are not collecting heart pieces, I don't have to do a perfect run, so I can spare myself of that grief for a little bit at least. Watch me get a perfect score anyway, just without trying, knowing how my luck tends to go. Yeah, don't hit the blue ones, make sure to hit the red ones, and you should be good to go. But again, this isn't the best version for accuracy. I'd actually say the 3DS version is really good because you have gyro aiming, which definitely makes minigames like this a lot easier than on, like, Virtual Console, Virtual Console or, like, Switch Online. If I hit a blue Octorok there, but I actually just missed, which was preferable, I suppose. We're almost to 40, so that means we'll be on target at least for the one reward, but not the heart piece, which is, again, not a bad thing in our very specific circumstance. Well, look at that, you hit 46. That's a new record. Well, here you go. You traded for the largest quiver. Now you can hold up to 50 arrows. This may be our last day in business, and you shot pretty well. Next up, I'm trying to decide what to do with our remaining time in this cycle. I think I actually want to make a quick stop outside the north part of town. I'm going to try to collect some rupees from outside of town, and there's actually a very fast way to do so. If we go to the snowy part of Termina Field, we'll be able to find an enemy that'll make our lives a lot easier in terms of actually getting rupees quickly. We have the Dongos. As usual, the Dongos are weak to bombs, so we're just gonna chuck some bombs at this Dodongo and try to defeat it quickly. Obviously, attacking its tail is the other option, but this is way faster if you have the bombs for it. And they also explode after you defeat them, so back up to be on the safe side. And we have a purple rupee. This is equal to 50 regular rupees, which is perfect. So we are going to head back over to, I guess we need to go to the west side of town. I think we'll just go out around the outer perimeter. I think it'll be a little bit faster, counting like load times and everything. So yeah, we'll just duck over to the west side and deposit the rupees, and then make one more stop for some additional rupees. Alright, so let's make our way down to the bank. What's this? You need something? Excuse me, but let me take a look at you. Ah yes, Link. If I remember, you're the little guy who deposited 40 rupees. Well, are you gonna make a deposit? Alright. So... Really? Are you really depositing 76 rupees? Seriously? That's a lot. A lot. Alright, little guy. Now I've got a total of 116 rupees from you. Come back and deposit some after you save up a bunch. Next up, we want to go to the east side of town. So from here, we have to go over to this entrance. And we want to make a quick detour to the hideout. Alright, so here, if we go left instead of right, we'll find a little hidden alcove. There's also a skulltula, so be aware of that. So we want to carefully swim around and go to this wall and blow it up, either by using bombs or the blast mask. You got a silver rupee. It's worth 100 rupees. You're pretty happy. Alright, so let's actually make our way over to the west side again and deposit these to reach a total of 200, which will hopefully unlock something. So from here, let's make our way back over to the south part of town. And then cut across to the west. What's this? You need something? Excuse me, but let me take a look at you. Ah yes, Link. If I remember, you're the little guy who deposited 116 rupees. Well, are you gonna make a deposit? Alright. So... Really? Are you really depositing 99 rupees? Seriously, that's a lot, a lot. Alright, little guy, now I've got a total of 215 rupees from you. What's this? You've already saved up 200 rupees? Well, little guy, here's your special gift. Take it. You got an adult wallet. This is for adults, so it holds a lot of rupees. Now you can carry up to 200 of them. See, doesn't it hold more than your old one? Fill it up and bring it all in to deposit. And with that taken care of, we are ready to go back in time. The quickest way to the mountains is through the North Gate. And we'll be heading there next time. So thank you for watching, and I hope you'll join me next time for more The Legend of Zelda: Majora's Mask.